Hey everybody, how are you? It's the first snow here in Montreal. It's really nice. I'm feeling that like there's a lot to unpack today because I've been in resistance myself and I'm trying to work through it. And I think it's like this perfect example of reality, like our life, everyday life. So let's get to it. What do we need to know as a collective? Shadow work. Really? All right. So, what I was getting is there's this fear of being seen that's been in you. And I think that whether we're conscious or not, it comes from timelines where we've all been persecuted for our gifts, we've all been attacked, in danger, and we've all suffered in some way because we've shown who we really are. But it's still where we're going to be authentic, because that's the essence of life. And yeah, let's just keep getting some insights with the cards. You are safe. You are safe. You got your own back. You're self-reliant. And I think little shifts every day is the key. Energetic space for emotional clarity. All right. We're going to make some space in our bodies. We're going to make some space in our mind. Sometimes you just have to sit in it and get through it. What can you notice in your body? Is there any tensions? Are you able to take a deep breath? You want to notice, but you don't want to amplify it or get lost in it, right? So you notice it. And then also there's a shift that can happen in your thoughts, but we don't want to like get caught up in thoughts, right? We just want to be in it. So let's do it. I feel like I'm resisting doing it. So let's do it. All right, deep breaths. What can you notice inside of you? Maybe you got some tensions around the heart. Maybe you got some tensions in your lower back, your neck. Resistance is like a spring that takes you backwards to propel you forward, right? When you get caught in your stories in your mind, because your mind is that's his job. It's gonna attach to what you feel in your body, and it's gonna create stories. Consistently come back to yourself. We can do it. I'm showing you this because I think that's like giving value to this. I'm showing you like that I'm going through it myself. All right. I'm choosing my soul self. Always come back to yourself. Always come back to yourself, because you might have an environment where you feel like you can't focus, but that's a story you're creating because you can get into yourself. I want to say thank you to the resistance, because it's kind of getting the rebel's energy out of me. It's just like, let's do it. Let's shake it off, baby. Let's shake it off. All right. I'm really excited to be with you. I'm really grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. The willingness to try. All we need is just the willingness to try. Oh, that's great. All right. We are with all the energies, whatever you want to call it, ancestors, guides, angels, archangels, higher selves, source, God, whatever. I see being paralyzed by overthinking. I see limiting beliefs. There's like this wound of self-esteem. It's like you're comparing yourself, or you're afraid that people are going to see you because they're going to start trying to get your focus, you out of focus. And that might be true, but you're powerful. You are so powerful that you don't need to worry about it. All right. Knight of Wands reversed to me is this energy of, it's a bit like action, but while panicking. It's a bit like going everywhere. Like you're like focusing your energy everywhere except inside of you. And it's a bit like not being aware of the consequences, but we're getting out of this. We're getting through it. This means also, because if it was like this, it'd be like, go out there, go get it, do it, just do it, Nike. But because it's like this, it's get through it. You gotta go inside and just deal with the stuff, the hard stuff. There's a lot of clarity that's gonna come from this. You're doing it. Isn't it cool? I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of myself. We're doing it. Surrender and shift. Two of Pentacles. This is someone who's juggling with two jobs, maybe thinking about everything you gotta do. It's a specific balance in your life that's been good, you know, up till now, and maybe for a while. It's temporary. It's gonna change. You're gonna evolve. You're gonna also, when you juggle, you adapt, right? The balls won't always fall exactly where you want them to fall. So yeah. Who am I? I worked in a circus. Can you tell? My boyfriend would say yes, because you're a clown, but I was actually a singer. Okay. All right. Who am I? The willingness to try. That's just this quiet optimism. Quiet optimism. It's like temperance is moderation. It's moderation, you know, sometimes it's just being the observer when we go to extremes, right? It doesn't have to be like, you can't control yourself. Like, we can observe it and shift eventually. This is patience in a loving way, in a protected way. It's patience in that alchemy. It's a trust in that alchemy. You know, it looks like she's being like really methodical, particular about, the alchemy. I'm seeing this. She's juggling too. Particular about how she's alchemizing these energies and these emotions, these frequencies that we're feeling. And why do we have to learn this? Well, because that's how you stand in your power. And you don't get deflated every time you get a whiff of negativity. All right, let's keep going. Felt like we were shuffling. Shake it off. You might feel guilt because I've been... These are the negative thoughts and energies, and something that is really... That's what is taking your energy. It's draining you. Because you're acting without feeling. But you're a magician. I was gonna say what? I was gonna say, woo, come back home. Homecoming. This is getting things aligned inside of you. I mean, okay, do we need to keep going? I feel like we're in it, but we're gonna go through it. Yeah, I was talking about the guilt and the feeling of not being enough, not being worthy. Ouch. This is like old stories, limiting beliefs, but you're not who you were, and we're gonna practice that. We're gonna prove that. Yes. 4 of Wands and 4 of Cups. That's like the foundation in your heart. But she's because it's reversed, she went through that state of, that's not what I want to do. I want to be active. I want to go, like, do all this stuff. Like, escape from this emotion that I shall not touch. But she's working through it. Because the universe has got something so much better for you. So much better. So... So it's just this kind of resonance and the frequency with old wounds. I mean, time is not linear, but like old, like meaning like could be this, like it could be your childhood, could be other timelines, other lives. And you know, the more we feed it, I mean, the more that we resist it, the more we feed it, and it becomes like amplified, and then it becomes like your reality. And you start seeing people, you know, like it's a bit like you don't realize you're in a mood, and then you end up fighting with your partner or whatever, because it becomes, you're creating your reality. But we're just gonna, it's almost like processing. We're just finding keys along the way. Like, follow the breadcrumbs, you know? Everything is an opportunity to make gold, to find gold. So that's just like little keys to unlock some stuff, and like processing emotion. Maybe you've had a hard time regulating because you never really felt understood or listened to, like truly seen. So you started thinking that maybe what could be seen wasn't worth being seen. Really. Shake it off. Oh, surrender. Oh, I'm loving this so much. that is total acceptance of what's going on, of who you are, of where you are, surrendering. And that's the portal. I feel like we just talked about this. Oh, maybe it was like for someone else's reading, 1515. My key today is surrender and shift. Surrender and shift. And it's funny because my husband is like, stop saying, like, he's hearing me like saying under my breath, like, surrender, surrender. You can't like force yourself to surrender. It's a letting go process. It's a release. Noticing, going through it, and releasing, coming back consistently to yourself. And then you can start thinking new things, discovering new pathways, right? Once you've surrendered, there's this Two of Wands energy that's like, you've been planning, you've been preparing to get out there. Now just go and do it. Go and do it when you're ready. Achoo! Sorry about that. 9 of Pentacles. This is for me. It's funny because this could all be also read as a marriage or like a home situation. 9 of Pentacles is that single person energy, even if you're with a partner or partners or whatever, because it's about creating independence, like building and creating space for, I mean, it's really about your self-value, self-worth. It's building, it's self-care, like all of those things are so important. And we get overwhelmed because we feel we're never going to get to it, but it's time is an illusion, so you don't want to get to it because you're not in it. You can't just, it's gonna be nothing, you know. You have to get in it. Get in the bath. All right. I always see a bath with this. Just like, take a bath. My answer to everything. No. Look at how good that was. I feel like we worked through it. We worked through it together. We're discovering keys, asking the right questions. All right, stop talking and just yes. Add a little self-love flavor, spice. You're doing it. Isn't that crazy? 1818, you're doing it. I love it. Whoa, look at that. Codependency or wanting to control or this is all the attachments. What I need to do. I need to do this. I need to. No, you don't. We're not today, Satan. All right. Not today, Satan. Yeah, slow down, sure, and surrender. That's funny how that I put that on the. It's pointing at surrendering. I mean, and also pointing at the body. Like you can see, she's really freeing her body. Like in any movement that can, like slow movement that can help you, and the breath. Yeah, and then. When the channel is clear, all this abundance is coming in. All right. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Sorry. Make some space here. What else do we need to know here? Learning to receive. Because when you're like this, you can't receive anything. It's blocked. It's closed off. Well, I mean, I guess it's obvious, but the repetition might help. Again, that fell on the devil. Not today, Satan. Okay. The thing is, like, if you're protecting yourself from feeling the emotion, you're not going through it. So when you open up again, you're unleashing the lion again. So there's no other way than through it, feeling it, not thinking it, feeling it. And that's with softness, slow movement, deep breathing. It's not, you gotta not detach from the brain, from the mind. detach your head. All right. What do we know? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some symbols. Maybe we're gonna read that. Palm, yes, and water. I was like, oh, water's gonna come back again. Honeybee. All right, I'm gonna read it to you. But palm is about power. It's about truly owning your power. This exercise is extremely potent and powerful because it's making you being able to adapt to any situation while staying true to yourself. Not like closing off, you know, because we tend, like, I think that's how I learned my entire life. Like, you gotta just get through the hard stuff and then you break down at the end. But you still have to get through it after anyway. So if you process it in the, you know, in the present, then don't have surprises later. Palm, triumph, bliss, victory, compassion, glory. I know, right? Loss of perspective, superiority, ego. That's the other side of it. Okay. Palm speaks of joy. It represents a feeling of triumph. Palm is traditionally indicative of triumph over death, but more generally, it is triumph over something that you thought would defeat you. It is the satisfaction of knowing you made it through an impossible hardship. Listen! Gonna snap for this. Better than before. And this time you should dive into your bliss. You did it. You're doing it. You're doing it. That was the message all along. So you can switch to, this could mean that you can switch to positive things in your life, like, you know, gratitude. It's funny because willingness to try. The gift of palm requires dignity and a willingness to share as well. I'm sharing this with you because I don't want the bullshit stuff. I want us to grow together, you know? Enjoy your feelings of victory and abundance and think of ways you can spread this positive energy to the people around you. No one reaches completeness alone. I mean, this is telling me that you're being called to share your vulnerable sides of you. Share it because, and I said that I think in the last reading, like in the first one actually. All right, we're still in this. The process is the point, and that's what we need to share and to see people go through, because first we can relate, and then it dissipates all the negativity or the jealousy, or because people see the work you're doing. That's like in a selfish way of seeing it in a way, but like also it brings people together. I'm feeling maybe another one last. We're gonna go here. Rebecca Campbell, work your light. Inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. It's time to spend some time in your temple. So, isn't it all very synchronistic? I wish you the best, and I hope you have a great day. Please listen to your heart and dive in. Don't be afraid. I'm right here. We're all in this together. I love you. Bye.